We can start a new audio track. I plugged the mic in and we're hot. And here's a little bit. This here clip is just a little bit look behind the scenes, as it were, showing some of the different ways of editing using Share Factory. And I'm zoomed in a little bit. And I had an audio with the clip before, and I had the bass guitar too, so it's in there, and it's also sped up. So this should be interesting to see how this all turns out. Because I have a prairie dog family in the background talking. And sometimes you can understand them, and sometimes they just ramble. But I created a little comic drawing of them. So I took a picture. I'm going to see if I can work on it upstairs on the PC. But in the meantime, I have building the tank garage here for Grezzel. Prairie dog family is kind of explaining how to do the design, how they want. I don't know, I'm just making that up. Like I said, the clip sped up. It sped up the bass guitar a little bit, so it's music enhanced movie magic we got going on in the park. ELA Studio and Sons is putting it all together here in the studio using PlayStation Share Factory to edit and produce the clips with a little bit of the studio guitar in the background, which would be Ed the bass player. Hopefully at some point we get studio drummer to put some drum line in the background and create a little rhythm going. But for the moment, this is using Share Factory and going through and editing the clip as we go. And I like the way they designed a sign here for the garage. So that's kind of cool how it turned out. And I thought I could hear the bass in there, but I don't know what's going on with that. I'll see what happens when I play this back. For right now, I'm just trying to get a nice long audio clip on this here with the prairie dogs in the background. It'd probably Andy explaining to Alex how he wants things done, and Alex, being a cool cat he is, going, yeah, we'll take care of it later. In their own language, they're saying this. And then there's always Mom. She's always there and keeps the two kind of cool-headed, and they usually come up with some pretty good stuff. Actually, it's just a clip I did before sped up, so it adds a little bit of storyline to the comic strip, the Fun Parks comics that we're creating here in the studio, ELA Studio and Sons. So, which is the creator of The Face with Ed the bass player, jazzy jazz vocals, Tommy Tom Tom on drums, and then there's Porter on guitar. And there's a couple songs written. They've done one called Wheels on Hot Pavement Smoke. I think there's a couple videos of that. And I think there's another one, To Love Me From Afar thing. There's a little bit somewhere out there. I got some posting on that. And that's The Face and their tour with that. They tour along with the car show, and they put on their performance. And like I said, Wheels on Hot Pavement Smoke is one of their songs that goes along with the car show. You know, the burnout, man. You know, the hot smoke coming off the hot tires on the hot pavement. You know, we used to do it as kids, but can't do that too much anymore now. It's too expensive. But And I remember trying to do some burnouts, and sometimes I was successful, and sometimes I got laughed at, but that was all part of it. And had some good times cruising the highway, cruising the boulevard. I take that back. We had two places where I grew up at. One was the park. In the summer, you cruise the park. We're supposed to have open containers in the park, but that was all part of the game, is trying to not get caught. And teenagers come up with ways of throwing stuff in different cups and stuff so it doesn't look too obvious. But that was there. We were doing it as kids. But that was the park was one in the summer, and also in the evenings cruising the boulevard, the highway, where you cruise down one side, you find the parking lot there, turn around, come back the other way, showing off your muscle car or any car, even your family car. If you got teenagers and you were able to get the keys to the car, you went cruising, because that's where the social thing was going on. That's where you met people. And friendships have been started there, and fights have been started there too. But that's the way it was back in the 70s when I grew up. Oh, kind of put an age to me there, eh? I was a teenager. I was a young man growing up in the 70s. Doing the old roller rink, roller skating. See the rhythm of the music. Oh, we used to have some fun times at the roller rink. Yes, sir. Yeah. With a little bit of condition, I probably could get back into it, which would be kind of fun. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, no, we got to keep going. That was a different part. See, that's what I'm saying. Behind the scenes there is what I used Share Factory, and I was editing the clip that had the Groundhog family on it. And we're still going at 7 minutes here. I didn't realize we had this in there. There's something in the background there. I can hear it real faintly. See, I'm editing it as I'm going here right now, so it's like I got triple exposure. I got my screen, then the screen I got up there that's showing. It could get confusing, but there it is. There's the guitar. See, I got it sped up. That's what I was trying to do. Listen to that. It's pretty cool. Ed the bass player. That's Ed the bass player sped up. So what I'm going to have to do is put an overlay on here saying music enhanced movie magic. M&M's. My M&M's. So it's because music's enhanced. I got it sped up. But that is Ed the bass player that Mr. Editor is the voice of from ELA Studio and Sons. And he's using that's the editor's old guitar. That's the one he learned to play on, and he's still using it. And I love the sound of it. It's still a good guitar. It's got a good solid sound, and like I said, it's kind of one of those that you can set it and it stays tuned pretty much. And like my ear ain't the greatest for tuning up a guitar, but I've gotten better over the years. I can actually tune a guitar without having a tuner somewhat. I might be hearing it different. Other people go, man, is that swell? But I like it. I like the bass. Listen to that. Makes it look like my fingers are just rocking, huh? But see, that's what happens if you have a rhythm. You can keep a decent rhythm. Even if you speed it up, you got a good sound. Now you can even take that, slow that way down, and you'll start getting into kind of the bluesy sounds. Especially when you start getting to that bottom part of the bass lines, bass has a lot of scales, up and down, going up, coming back down, going up, coming back down. It's repetitive. It creates a rhythm. Polkas, the bass polkas. That's where a lot of it's coming from. It creates that rhythm. That you dance to it. The bass and the drums is what gets you tapping your foot. The violins gets you to crying or smiling. creates the emotion, it creates the harmony, and it all works together, and it's all by the numbers. Music is counting, especially if you're working together with other musicians trying to create a sound. Yeah, counting is the big thing. You each count, and on the count, each doing um, one thing, so that when you all hit that note, if it's trying to create a harmonic sound, and that's what the music's trying to do. And it's not easy, because first off, you got to learn the music, got to be able to read the music, so that when I'm playing this note at this particular beat, so is the clarinet playing that note at a certain beat at a certain time, creating the harmony between the two instruments. One a little bit octave higher, using the reeds and stuff, and maybe octave lower for the big string basses. You create a big bottom, like oh, 'cause that's all music is. It's creating emotion, The polka is a happy, it's everybody dancing and drinking beer and eating. It's just fun. I can remember polkas and stuff when I was a kid going to weddings. Perfect, roll out the barrel, you got it. Couldn't drink at the time, but I understand now I could, and I had, but. That's what music is for. It creates the emotion. You can fill in an empty spot, and you can go with no words for a while and just have the music. And sometimes the words themselves are the music. It's all a lot of preference. And there it is. Listen, yeah, listen to that. That's pretty good. I'm liking the sound of it. It even sounds a little better when it's sped up. So, and then we still got the prairie dogs in the background. Something. This is kind of getting repetitive. I think we gotta move on. I think the next thing we're gonna look at is right next to this open space. I think we're gonna put a barracks in there. I want a barracks in there. Next to that, I want a big archway with a tunnel with, like I said, that Starfield type thing, screen way in the back, and make it look like that's the portal where the old Grizz can drive the tank. Because if you almost look at this scenery, and it almost looks like as if he could drive the tank up around that hill and go to battle, and some of those battles on the other side of that hill. Drive off and away. No, but I'm gonna create like a portal, like there's a portal for World of Warships to go to the port, Grezzel's port, and then one would be World of Tanks, being able to go to the garage in World of Tanks, and then from there you come back to here, which is Coaster Planet, which I think it all through Steam. Yeah, I do believe so. Yep, Steam. Hey, I like the free to play. Like I said before, War Thunder, I played it before. It's a great game. It's just too much. I was playing it, and then there was a part where you go into flying, and I just couldn't get the flying part about it. And I didn't care for the idea of showing where the crew gets shot or hurt. It's just like, where World of Tanks, you don't, there's not a crew, you're the crew. And your tank is blowing up, you go back, get a new tank, and go fight again. It kind of takes that part out of it. I don't need to know what crew member gets shot. They tell me. Your driver's down, patch him up, or are you gonna limp around the battlefield? So you give him a first aid kit, bring him back, and away you go, if they don't shoot you again. That's some of the hardest stuff, though, is trying to get out of an area. You get shot, boom, once you get your track back on, you go, and they hit. But that's part of the game. You got somebody out there that knows what they're doing, and they keep tracking you while their teammates shoot you and take you out. You learn that in the game. But we're getting to the end of this here clip, and I want to thank you for watching. from ELE Studio and Sons, fill that in, old Grizz. Thanks you for watching. Yeah, man, them bass rocked.